Welcome to episode 76 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It's Saturday, people. Saturday, the 25th of January, 2020. Only it's not. It's Sunday, people. I know. I've done it again. I pulled the wool over your eyes to a certain degree, although you can see it's not listed on Apple, really, can't you? Or the Podbean website when it doesn't go up. Oh, I know, people. I know. I had a busy one yesterday and got round to doing the podcast. I ain't going to lie to you. I fell asleep and woke up about 1 o'clock this morning, Sunday, and thought, fuck it. It's over anyway, innit? You know, I've missed the deadline, people. I might as well leave it till now. So it's like 10:15, Sunday night, Sunday the 26th, people. I know. And the news has just dropped, actually. Literally just dropped about Kobe Bryant dying, which is fucking a bit of a shock, people. I quite like the old basketball, especially, the great players. And, he died in a fucking helicopter crash. This is what happens, people, when you get rich and fly around in helicopters. I'm happy to be driving around in the Blue Bullet still. They just fucking... I am never going on a fucking helicopter. I can't work out the fucking engineering of how they get in the air in the first place. I know, I never did engineering. Well, Ben, it's the rotor blade and the tail fucking blade and shit. Oh, I know, people. It's something to do with that. But they never look fucking safe to me. And he fucking died in a helicopter crash. This is the only thing about the other people who died in there. They get no billing whatsoever, do they? This is the thing. If you're going down in a plane or a fucking suicide bomber walks into a fucking hotel lobby reception over here, and you've got a star in amongst you, you ain't going to get a footnote in that at all. There's about 4 other people died. Nobody. Kobe Bryant has got the full billing on that. Every fucking headline. Well, that's news, though, innit? I know what you're thinking. I don't know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Sorry, somehow you used to do that and you used to fucking annoy me. Every time I heard it, it become a bit of a catchphrase. You know, like, obviously it's going to make news, isn't it? Because Kobe Bryant is a fucking superstar basketball player, or was. Not anymore, obviously. Not for a while. So obviously he's going to get the headlines. But the other people within that tragedy, you know, they're not even getting a name check. Kobe Bryant and other people, and I know everybody would say, who the fuck are the other people? They're not going to lead with that story, are they? 4 people and a basketball player died. Well, who's the basketball player? I know. But, that's a bit of shocking news. It was only fucking 41 as well. He's younger than me, people. Younger than me. These sort of things make you aware of your own mortality to a certain degree. It's not like I'd ever met the guy or anything like that, but I'd watched quite a lot of his basketball over the years, and particularly on YouTube and stuff like that. He always comes up in the on the fucking, like greatest ever fucking slam dunks and shit like that, or greatest ever plays of basketball. That literally popped up on my feed as I was just setting up the podcast. So, and people are doing the same thing, aren't they, that they always do when a celebrity dies. You know, this guy changed my life. They always do that, don't they? Everybody wants to put their fucking spin on some other fucking tragedy and invertedly, turn it around on themselves and make it about them, don't they? This guy did the most amazing thing for my life. I'm working at Tesco's now. If it wasn't for fucking Kobe Bryant, I'd be fucking homeless. I don't know. But people seem to make it about themselves. And I know it's an easy thing, you know, and then people make it about Jesus and fucking God and all that sort of shit as well, don't they? You know, just let the guy be himself or whatever. I don't know, people. I don't know. They always turn it around on God, don't they? Fucking, you know. God gave him a gift, man. Well, you know, I'm sure he worked quite hard at it himself, you know. I'm sure he put in the fucking man hours, whatever amount of hours it's meant to be. 10,000 hours. You clock in and then you're suddenly a fucking genius at stuff. I'm not sure it works that way. I imagine he had certain natural athletic abilities, and he used those to play basketball, and God had very little to do with the training. I'm sure God wasn't there going, just 2 pointers and you can hit the showers. But anyway, it's quite a shocking thing. You know, only 41, not very old, man. Comes to us all, people. Comes to us all. What a way to start the podcast this episode, hey? Making you aware all of your mortalities as you're either going to work or doing what you're doing. Lazing in bed listening to this. I don't know what you people do when you listen to this. Hey, write in and tell me what you're doing right now while you're listening to this fucking podcast. Googling Kobe Bryant, I imagine. I don't know. You could be doing anything. Yeah, it's always a bit of a weird one when a celebrity dies, doesn't it? Fucking hell. I remember doing a fucking gig. This is how fucking cunty people are, right? I remember doing a fucking gig like the day after David Bowie died. And I was like, yeah, I thought his music was all right. You know, I didn't think it was great. And some woman taking fucking offense at it and getting really pissed off about me saying that his music was just all right and saying he was a fucking genius. All right, calm down, sweetheart. And then talking to her outside. And then she started spouting off about fucking immigrants and shit like that coming over here. And making the country a worse place. Totally unaware that David Bowie was actually married to somebody who was black and was born in fucking Somalia. You know, have a little bit of a reference point when you're trying to fucking get offended by something. Getting offended by fucking me saying that David Bowie's music. Yeah, it's not to my personal taste. Some of the songs are all right. I don't mind it. Life on Mars, that sort of shit. It's all right, isn't it? He seemed to have a bit of an obsession with space. Too much about the space, David. You know what I mean? But we get it. We get the space songs. You've done them now. Move on. But yeah, he had some horrendous hits as well. What was that one? Dancing in the Streets or something, was it? Was that it? It was the fucking worst video ever for a fucking song, that was. But yeah, do a little bit of research when you're spouting off about like immigrants coming over here and black people and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of undercuts your argument a little bit. Jesus, she was a fucking moron. One of these people, this is why I leave early at gigs. That's the reason why you leave early at gigs. And you don't want to hang around and you want a private smoking area so you don't have to put up with that shit. Anyway, let's have a bit of tea, shall we? Calm down a little bit, Benny boy. There we go, some of that soothing tea. Yeah, so, yeah, people take it in weird ways, don't they? Like, there never seems to be either these days in any sort of argument online or anything like that. There's, oddly enough, there's no sort of grey area whatsoever, is there? You either got to have one opinion on something or the opposing opinion on it. Nobody's there going, actually, that's a good point you've just made there, but he's also making a good point as well, because you'll get fucking lynched. People just take out that fucking little bit that you said and then fucking use that against you. And there's any fucking thing these days is up for debate, isn't it? every fucking thing. It just gets tiring after a while, doesn't it? Having to fucking have a standpoint and having to have a fucking opinion about everything, or you're going to offend this group of people or that group of people. I was thinking about that this week. Everything needs to have, you need to have a fucking opinion on fucking everything these days. There's probably people having opinions out there saying, oh, you seem to be using the F word a little bit too much. You're fucking right, I am. Yeah, it's just like, you know, and there's an opposing opinion on everything. You know, you look at stuff like Holocaust denial. There's people out there who are denying that shit happened. There's people out there, like, who have lived through that shit. There's photographs. There's Auschwitz Museum and all this sort of shit. And people out there going, that never happened. You what? Sorry, like 6 million Jews. Nah, that never happened. Never happened, that. Landing on the moon. The greatest achievement. The greatest achievement that humans, as a collective, I know it was mainly the fucking Americans who made it there, but as a collective, different nationalities putting into the space program at all different levels. So as a human collective, reaching the moon, and people saying, that never happened either. Nah, it was all filmed, mate. All filmed, wasn't it, in a fucking studio? All right, mate. All right. Every fucking thing, isn't it? I was thinking, that's one of my random thoughts I've had this week, people, about that. How people just fucking, you know, disagree on the fucking biggest shit and the littlest shit, and there's no fucking, they stick to that point of view. They go, they never go, I see what you, I see the point you're making there. I see the point you're trying to make there, actually. It's quite a good point. No, you're wrong. Fucking kill yourself. That's basically how every fucking argument, every Twitter conversation, every fucking Facebook fucking comment goes, isn't it? Oh, Jesus. Maybe China have got it right. Maybe China have actually got it right that they restrict fucking access and shit like that so people can't just spout off, I want to go to China and go on their internet and see what it's like. Just so I can see the lack of fucking comments and shit like that. Maybe that's the future, people. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to cover my back for when China takes over the world. Who knows? This episode 76, keep it in your diaries. This is going to get me out of the fucking concentration camps. Bit more tea there. Other things that annoy me as well. Fucking, I don't know. These fucking pricks online who, the social media pranksters. Have you seen, you must have seen these fuckers. You watch a video and then there's suddenly, like, the next video queuing up is somebody fucking slapping his girlfriend around the face or something like that and then faking a fake laugh. How fucking tiring must that be to be those people? That geezer who who's the geezer who's had the 2 number 1 hit? Not that I fucking keep up with the Top of the Pops or whatever it is now. That got cancelled, didn't it? Because of all the horrendous shit that went on in the 70s. But over here in the UK, for our foreign listeners, we used to have a program called Top of the Pops that, oddly enough, used to be about the popular music charts and what was at number 1 and shit like that. Not that that's relevant anymore. I don't even know. I don't watch terrestrial TV anymore. So I don't even know if that's a thing now, whether there's a chart show or something like that. I haven't watched MTV in years since Beavis and Butthead was on it. So I don't know, man. I'm out of the loop. You know what I mean? I've gone underground with my viewing pleasure now. It's not that underground Netflix, really, is it? But, you know. But there used to be a show that used to do that, and the fucking geezer, some geezer, Lad Baby, is it? I don't know. I think that's his name, or something like that. He goes around fucking playing pranks on his fucking wife, and they got to record everything, haven't they? He's got millions of hits on the fucking on YouTube and on the internet and shit like that. And every day it's stinking up fucking more and more fucking little pranks to play on his wife, or his wife fucking plays on him. And I'm so fucking down to earth and all that sort of shit. He's had a fucking couple of songs about sausage rolls or something that have gone to #1 over Christmas. I don't know where all the sales go to charity, but what about the views you're getting for that shit online? Is that going to charity as well? Is it paying for more sausage rolls to fucking shove in your morbidly obese wife's face? I don't know. But it just must be, it's so contrived. Acting surprised. Every time he comes out of the bathroom, she's standing there with a fucking sponge to throw at him, or she's ironed through his fucking football top. As soon as... One day, that's just going to snap, surely. Isn't it? One day, you're just going to snap. You can't keep up that pretense forever. Pretend to be surprised every time you come out of the shower or something, and she stole all my clothes again. Oh, and I've got to wear this. You know, I've got to wear a fucking T-shirt with a picture on and fucking shorts with a picture on again. I've stole all your clothes and hidden those while we're on holiday. I just want a fucking relaxing holiday, sweetheart. Stop hiding my shit for fucking YouTube views. I don't know. It must be a very tiring life, that. Always, like, very invasive. There's a trade-off, isn't there, with being popular online or popular on Instagram. You lose something, don't you? You can... This is just bitterness, is it, Ben? No, not at all. I like my privacy. I tell you what, I like my privacy. It's just the trade of these people, you know. It's like fucking, they have to be constantly fucking on and doing shit. You know, they must be constantly thinking of shitty things. And everybody goes, you're such a down-to-earth couple and stuff like that. They're fucking not. Everything is fabricated. It's like watching fucking old versions of fucking Top Gear when they fabricate the cars breaking down and shit like that, or ram into each other. It's just so false, man. So false. I don't know. We lose something. This is also one of my random thoughts this week. The American Indians, I know you can't call them that. The American indigenous people, Native Americans, that's what the fucking term I'm looking for, isn't it? The Native Americans were fucking right years ago when they saw people taking, like, photographs and said photographs will steal your soul. All you have to do is look at fucking Instagram to know that they were fucking revolutionary thinkers. They saw it coming, people. They saw it coming. Didn't they? And everybody was like, shut up, you feather-wearing twats. You got no fucking idea about new technology. Of course it's not stealing your soul. It's a fucking photograph. They saw it coming, people. They saw Instagram and fucking Twitter and fucking Facebook. I don't know. They must have done a fucking little dance and got visited by some spirits from the future. I don't know how it works for the Native Americans. But they definitely, when you see the shit on Instagram and the fucking, you know, the narcissistic nature of our society right now, I know I'm part of that, people. My hypocrisy has no bounds. Calling your podcast the Ben Briggs podcast, I know. But all the good names were taken. But they saw it coming. I don't know, people. I don't know. It just seems like all of those people, it must just be exhausting to be those people. Constantly fucking videoing every fucking part of your life, you know, and setting it up. Are you going to have you go in the shower and make it look as though you're coming out the shower and I'll fucking pour water over your head. Okay. Thank you. Afterwards, do I get to punch you in the face? That'll be off camera though, sweetheart, yeah? I'm cracking up here. I can't take it anymore. I just want to have a relaxing bath without somebody fucking pouring ice on me. I don't know, people. What are we on? Let's have a look. Holy fucking shit. I've been spouting off for about 20 minutes already. Jesus. I don't know. And this to contend with, and we're all going to die of the coronavirus or whatever. That's a new thing, isn't it? That's a new scare for us all out there, isn't it? The thing they're building up, people walking around in fucking masks. Somebody said they saw people walking around with masks in Birmingham. Are they robbing people or just... You don't know that these days. Are they robbing people or just fucking want to keep their health, don't want to get a cold? I don't know. That's the next big thing, wasn't it? What was it? It was bird flu and it was swine flu, wasn't it? Or the other way round. Years ago, it's fucking, we're all going to die of BSE, mad cow disease. They went fucking mental, didn't they? A few people got it and they were like, holy shit, this is the next thing. We're all going to die of fucking mad cows just stampeding through our homes, fucking eating our faces. I don't know what the big thing was. Then we had, bird flu, fucking swine flu. Pigs going fucking, turning up, fucking bought all the fucking Vicks Vapor Rub from the supermarkets, and we're all going to suffer. Chickens sitting there with fucking drinking Beecham's hot lemon. I don't know, people. But this is the next thing, the coronavirus. Insert fucking joke here that everybody's been doing online. That's the next big thing. I say just fucking finish us off. That's it. That's it. Just finish us off with some sort of massive pandemic. I watched the documentary, by the way. There's a documentary on Netflix called Pandemic. I got about half an hour in where I was just like, I can't take this anymore. These scare tactics. I just can't take. Okay, bring it on, right? That's what I say. Just bring it on and see how we fucking deal with it. I'll be sitting there in shorts and a T-shirt, breathing in other people's air, no mask or whatever. Just bring it on and see what happens. I don't know, people. I don't know. It was quite vaguely interesting up until the point I just you can only have too much doom and gloom, can't you? Surely this is the next thing. There's too much to worry about, isn't it? We're chopping down the fucking rainforests. The sea's got fucking plastic in that we're fucking eating. The CO2 levels are rising. Sea levels are fucking rising. The temperature's fucking rising. And now we've got to deal with this fucking coronavirus as well. As we're fucking wading, floating in our own fucking homes because they're underwater. In the water that's fucking boiling because the fucking earth is warmed up so much. Polar bears are fucking walking past our window in search of food, and then we've got to worry about getting a fucking cold as well. Wearing a mask under our fucking scuba gear that we're all going to be wearing. I don't know. You can only take so much, people, can't you? That's all you can take. And you just think, at the end of the day, you just got to start thinking, I don't give a fuck now, right? I'm in my 40s. I'm probably about middle age, depending on whether I fully give up smoking or not. I might as well just go happy. The least amount of time I'm looking at is probably 60s. The most I'm looking at 80s. You've got a 20-year gap there between of how I live my life healthy now or not. And that is all dependent on how doomy and gloomy it gets. It might be a good thing to go at 60, depending on what's happening in the environment and all that shit out there. Animals dying, being wiped off the face of the earth. They're not adding anything, though, are they? Those animals that are dying. That's what they say. All these species are fucking dying out, but they're not the main ones, are they? They're like little stick insects and fucking frogs and shit. They're not adding to our experience, are they? Like a little tiny frog about an inch long. See you later. We can live without that. I don't know, people. Anyway, what are we on? Jesus, 24 minutes, man. It's getting towards the end. Sorry, I was getting a bit groggy there. Oh, Jesus. This could be the start of it, people. That coronavirus kicked in already. Here's somebody who's been fucking annoying and how social media has hailed them as a hero. Here she is, a single woman. She's a hero. Hero, brilliant. This is the news, by the way, what's been going on. Hero brilliantly teaches man. It's a woman teaching a man. She's woman-splaining. She's a fucking hero. Never to disrespect women, which you should never do on dating apps again. Here we go. A single woman who received an offensive message from a man on the dating app Hinge, I'm not aware of that, used her detective skills. She's a woman with detective skills to ensure he learned his lesson, leading to others calling on FBI to hire her. Yeah, why not? She can track down men on fucking dating apps, who they really are. Why wouldn't she be qualified to work for the FBI? She's a woman after all. Oh, fucking hell. Unfortunately, more often than not, using dating apps can feel like trying to find that one acceptable needle in a haystack of disappointment, apparently. One woman who received an insulting message from a potential match on Hinge, he might be a match for her just because he sent her an insulting message. You never insulted your spouse before or your girlfriend? No, that's part of it, innit? That's part of being in love, insulting the person you fucking love. Katie Pfeffer? It's almost like Pfeiffer, but it's not. Katie Pfeffer posted screenshots of her genius revenge. She's a fucking genius now. This is it. Where it is, she's up with Einstein and fucking, Stephen Hawkins. Jesus. Where it has racked up almost 250,000 likes. She must be a genius. She's had 250,000 likes. Hey, Ben, you seem to be taken against this woman. Well, maybe a little bit. Maybe that's my misogyny kicking in. I don't know. After matching with a man named Lake, that's not a proper name, is it? Who the fuck calls their kid Lake? Jesus. More tea there, by the way. After matching with a man named Lake on the dating app, Katie from Colorado may have been expecting a cheeky chat line. Hey, baby, how's your fucking tits? Or a simple introduction to get the ball rolling. Hey, how you doing, sugar tits? Instead, Lake decided to reply to one of Katie's statements on her profile with, are you one of those hot girls that's just plain retarded? If you are looking for a match, that is a hell of an opening question. It gets everything out of the way, doesn't it? I think she might have proved that she's not retarded because your bio makes it look that way. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so he's called her a retard because her bio's not that good. He's done a little smiley face with the tears hanging off the end of it. He's tried a cheeky opening. That's what he's done. He's come for the old treat 'em mean, look like a cunt. That's what he's done, hasn't he? Rather than react to the rude message, Katie decided to teach him a lesson. You never treat women like this again. You go, sister. And tracked down the man's dad on Instagram within 5 minutes. Your son's a cunt. She posted a photo of the message she sent with the caption, never underestimate a girl's investigation skills. Woo, yeah. She's like a fucking Columbo with tits. I don't know whether she's got tits or not. There's not a picture of her. I'm just as bad as Lake, aren't I? She posted, sorry for the random message. Just thought you would like to know this is how your son speaks to women. And it didn't stop there. Who else did she dump him into? As the tweet went viral, Katie of course it did, went viral. You go, girl. Teach that fucking man a lesson. Cut his dick off and stuff. But the old feminists were fucking charging towards that fucking tweet. Sprinting. Katie tracked down the company he currently works for and copied them into the thread with a treat. Since posting this, I've had 4 girls message me saying this man is abusive, manipulative, and racist. Okay, maybe she was right. I forgive you, Katie. You are a fucking hero. I also found out he works as an intern for your company. If you'd like to know more and sack him, I'm not sure that's sackable. Why would you dob somebody into their company? Because you want him to get the sack. This is what happens. The geezer's tried a fucking tweet. He's probably looked at that woman and gone, there is a picture of her, I think. Is that the blonde one? Oh, yeah. she decided to teach Lake a lesson. There's a picture of her. She's blonde. She's sort of wearing a bikini, but like it's only like, shoulder up. Not that we want to see anymore. But yeah, she's done that. He's gone. I probably can't. I'll try my luck here, but I can't. I'm never gonna fucking pull that girl because she's a fucking stunner. I'll just fucking slag her off, make myself feel better. That's what he's done, ain't he? Basically, he's thought, I'm never gonna pull her. We'll fucking slag her off. Ask her if she's retarded. What happens if she replied, yes, I am retarded? Yeah, I am. I have real bad learning difficulties, actually. My carer is actually typing this out for me right now. But anyway, she's dropped him in the shit. She's dropped him in shit at work as well with his dad. She's got him on all angles. Family, his home life and his work life has come together, and they both know that he's a bit of a cunt. Good on you. Hero? Dunno. I don't know if you can be a hero for sending a few fucking tweets these days. But maybe that's it. Maybe that is the new definition of hero. One woman replied, the word hero gets thrown around a lot, but I think in your case it definitely applies. Yeah, she put her life on the line. Give her a fucking George Cross or a Purple Heart for that fucker. A second said she's doing the Lord's work. I'm not sure if God does exist, that outing somebody as being an asshole on Twitter is really high on his agenda. You got starving kids in the world, cancer. That'd be maybe that's why nobody's found a cure for cancer yet, because the Lord, the Lord is too busy dropping people in the shit on Twitter. And then a third simply wrote, Queen end him, which I don't know. I have people just get carried away and shit, don't they? Oh, dear. So anyway, Old Lake has been fucking drained. Oh, here we go. Of all of his, he's been dropped right in the shit there. Here's another one. Let's have a look. We're on 32 minutes, but fuck it, we'll do another one. Man finds his own grave at cemetery after ex-wife put it there. It's a very much you go girl sort of news stories this episode, isn't it? A man was shocked to find his own grave at a cemetery despite being very much alive. That's fucking brutal. Alan Hattle said he was worried by the fact nobody had phoned him in 3 or 4 months and couldn't figure out why. Now he believes people think he died and wants them to know the truth. I'm still alive. He blames his ex-wife for putting the gravestone there, though admits he cannot be certain. Alan, 75, a retired welder from Forfar, Tayside, said, my phone hasn't rung for... Maybe people think you're a cunt. Maybe you're the older version of Lake. My phone hasn't rung for 3 or 4 months. I've been confused by it all, but now I know why nobody has been calling. I don't even want to be buried. I plan to be cremated. There's a picture of the gravestone that just says Alan Hattle and then Berta. What? Why would it have Berta on there? He declared, I'm still alive, and he stood beside his headstone and said reports of his death had been greatly exaggerated. No shits. To be fair, though, 75, maybe it ain't going to be long, is it? Mr. Howell said he had realised something was not right because his social life had been deathly quiet for the past 3 or 4 months. The headstone was erected. Who looks round a cemetery and goes, well, that must be fucking Alan, who's on there. He says it was done without his knowledge and the whole thing was like something out of Only Fools and Horses. He has also spoken to Angus Council official and plans to put a cover over the headstone, which bears his name. We'll put a cover over it until it's fucking needed. The 75-year-old, who spent 37 years as welder before retiring, claimed his ex-wife has bought the plot of land and put up a headstone with the intention of them being buried together. Well, that's nice, isn't it? Both their names appear. She must be Berta then. Right, I get it. Yeah. Okay. Both their names appear on the headstones. I've never, ever said I wanted to be buried alongside my ex-wife. Somebody's got some abandonment issues there. We'll be together again in the afterlife, baby. Look, get away from me. Leave me alone. We've been separated 26 years and there's no animosity, but I'm struggling to take it all in. Well, that's what she said. What better way to end this episode 76 of the podcast than that? A man who is not dead yet. Hey, at least he's prepared. Fucking them headstones ain't fucking cheap. Finally, she's bought something. Ah, dear. Yeah, that's episode 76, people. We will be back. I'm going to get some fucking... We'll get back on the old fucking adverts on Tuesday. Sweethearts. Yeah, I'll be back on it on Tuesday. If you want to send me anything, messages, whatever, you can get me on the fucking social media shits. Or just message me through my website if you want. It's benbriggs.co.uk. Or you can just Google Ben Briggs Comedian and all the shit comes up. I will be back on Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your fucking weekend. There's not much of it left, people. Not much of it left. It is now 10 to 11. Here in the UK, you might have a bit more time in America. Or any other countries, for that matter, not excluding them. Australia, wherever. Ireland. I know you're out there listening, people. Anyway, I'll be back on Tuesday. Take care, motherfuckers. Speak to you then.